and we are talking about all kinds of fun things here, and we stick with money because guess what? Money topics. When we're talking, whether it's grocery prices, talking about layoffs, talking about Main Street, the fact is really simple. It doesn't really discriminate, right? It is doesn't pick a political party. It doesn't do any of those things, and so you can argue about political policy that gets you there, but the bottom line is we cover some of the things that matter, and they matter quite a bit to the folks like us on Main Street, right? And of course, our theme here is going ahead and looking at how what happens on Wall Street and how things that happen on in DC affect people just like us on Main Street. And so, with that, I'm starting this economic report pretty much within the 10 o'clock hour. And what do we have here? Well, we're going to go do a couple of quick updates here. The first thing we're going to do is try gold prices. And my favorite thing to try with the gold prices is go to Kitco. And Kitco will give us the spot price of gold right now. And what do we have here for gold? We are currently trading at, okay, 3354. Yesterday, I think we were at 3333, if I'm not mistaken. So you've seen a $20 increase, right? Over yesterday, it's 0.5%. So with that, I don't know if you're the type of person who would take that kind of a risk. $3,333 for a $20 gain. But the fact of the matter is, um, there's all kinds of hidden charges in there as well about what you would do with that piece of gold, or maybe you would trade the gold in something else like an ETF. Maybe you would find a gold producer, which might not be a bad way to play gold as well. But I'm just throwing that out there as an option. Yesterday, I think we also covered silver, and silver seemed to be kind of on a tear, right? Way out of its above its 5-year high. So definitely an upward trend there. Okay, it's up again today at $38.22 per ounce. And if we were to go ahead and take a look at this once again, it looks like it was up all the way to up to its high was at one point in time 38.40, so it's down to 38.22. And so that's the silver spot price once again at Kitco. So like an ounce of silver is trading at 38 bucks. And to maybe put things into perspective, if you had a silver dollar, for instance, a silver dollar at one point in time used to represent like an ounce of silver, right? Then it became 90% silver, and then all of a sudden they took all the silver out of the coins altogether, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Hey, folks, welcome to the Economic Report. Today we're covering some of the financials here, and depending on your age, whether you're young or more mature in age, the fact of the matter is we're all affected by the markets, so it's a great place to start. And by the way, if you are not liked or subscribed to this channel, I always encourage you to do so, so you at least have the option. You get a notification that the Economic Report is going live, and of course you get my updates dumped right into your inbox here, because I do come up with long form videos 2 to 3 times a week is what we've been doing, and of course I'll have some shorts out later on today. But go ahead and drop your comments in the chat. I will respond to those. We're talking gold and silver here, at least at the very beginning. And the other part of this, of course, is the fact that I do respond to comments that are left there, as long as they're appropriate. We try to keep this a very friendly environment. Try to avoid as much of the extremist rhetoric as possible. We just don't like it here, and I don't have a lot of patience for it. And while these people do show up, I want to make sure you know that I will stick with stuff that's, dare we say, PG rated at best, right? So we try to keep things pretty simple, pretty friendly, and nothing that's preaching hate. We don't want to be those things. We want to be the types of people who bring people together, not dividers. So let's go ahead. So we talked silver, we talked gold. I'll check this out. And maybe in the future I will have a screen where I'm showing you these things in real time right here. But I tried to top up copper prices because copper's been kind of on fire lately. And I'll type in copper price chart once again because I think it's something you want to pay attention to as well. Copper prices are up to like $5.59 per, I think it's traded per ounce, if my understanding is correct. Your chart shows a continual increase in copper prices, so good stuff to pay attention to. And of course, the President of the United States definitely has a tariff warning now on copper prices, so stay tuned. Coming to an electronics dealer next to you. Copper is in all kinds of stuff, and there most definitely is a military capacity to that as well, so you want to be careful with that. Bitcoin, we went ahead and chopped up the Bitcoin prices, and Bitcoin was really on fire yesterday, up to $119, $120, and now today it's down about $98. And well, we've got some lovers of Bitcoin here right now. I'm curious, are you holding Bitcoin or are you holding any kind of crypto? Have you traded it? There was a group of people I had met before, and these were young people. We're talking about people out of a church group, the local church I go to, and they were talking about trading crypto, and these people were like high schoolers. And with that, I thought it was kind of wild that they were talking about trading crypto. So what do? You can either take these people and you can completely discount them and say, yeah, you're some kid, you don't know what you're talking about. Or you say the other thing is you get curious, right? I'm like, so what do I need to know about crypto? And they went on and explained things. Really, really intelligent conversation. And with that, I started following crypto. And to be honest with you, thank you, hockey legend. I appreciate the kudos to you. Thank you for being here. So I started tinkering with crypto a little bit, and I actually bought some Solana. We'd sat down, we talked, and I saw them the next time at church, and the next time at church, and finally said, "Well, hey, so if I were to make a move, what would I move?" Well, Bitcoin's is okay. Thank you, hockey legend. So sure enough, the people started saying, well, there's Ethereum that's out there, there's Bitcoin that's out there. Those are the obvious ones. But they threw out the idea of Solana, right? And I didn't know much about Solana. And to be honest with you, I put a couple bucks into Solana. And once again, I don't think I'm going to get rich over it per se. But the fact of the matter is, I've been down. I've been way, way down on Solana before, and I've been up. And right now, it's trading at about $180 per coin right now, which means that I'm doing okay. I'm probably up a couple of $100 on my investment. So once again, it wasn't so much about getting rich. Yeah, not with Solana. If you bought it for like 6 cents, maybe, but it's up to $180. So now, of course, everybody has these pie in the sky dreams that, hey, maybe they have a crypto that's going to become the next Bitcoin. Well, those are pleasant thoughts, but I think a lot of these times they're pipe dreams, and people start believing some of their dreams sometimes. And of course, I would always say, you can always have your dreams, but hey, make sure you have a plan B, because chances are that one of these cryptos aren't going to make you a crypto millionaire or billionaire. Instead, make sure you have a plan B, which is a good vocation to take care of you and your family. Really, really important stuff. Okay, a little bit of hazelnut coffee today. That was the choice. We went ahead with a Keurig K-Cup. I'll get those occasionally. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stock market now, because I think once again, these are some of the areas that we can talk about stuff and stock market. And I am going to start doing this over the shoulder because I think it would be kind of cool for you. Stock market today. What's trading, what's moving, and of course, some of the stuff that's been trading right now is, believe it or not, there's a discussions of a merger between two railroads. And of course, at one point in time, they were all different types of railroads throughout the United States, but over time, they've consolidated and consolidated. Okay, X-Man, glad to have you here. And hey, if you are following any stocks, folks, type in give me a ticker symbol and I will go ahead and check out the price for you. We could talk about these things a little bit, make it a little bit more interactive, make it a little bit more fun. But good to see you, Alvarez. Let's go ahead here and check out the market. Market Watch is always a pretty good site to go to for stock information. And it says that, hey, stock market, NASDAQ turns lower, but still ahead for a winning streak for the week. All right, well, that's not a bad place to be. Credit spreads are nearing all-time lows. Time to take some risk off the table. Earnings season's off to a strong start. Talking about a lot of companies winning. And when they win on their earnings reports, well, what happens? Well, their stock tends to go up. And of course, if you're holding that stock, well, you make a little bit of money. Just saw a report, and I know I've got a pretty big range of people who watch this channel, and whether they watch it live or they watch the recording of it. One thing is younger people, like particularly if you're in your 20s, you got to take a close look at a Roth IRA. It really is a great savings vehicle for people like us, like in the middle class. I think you can receive up to $8,000 of deposits into your Roth IRA. Those are after-tax monies, and of course, what they grow and what those do over time. The bottom line is, it turns into tax-free earnings. And if you're in your 20s, you might not think about that too much, or if you didn't have a financial literacy course earlier, but I'm here to say a Roth IRA is the thing that really can be a wonderful aid in helping you take your game to the next level. So I'm throwing that on out there to you. It's really worth checking out. And once again, if you're in your 20s, they're not a bad thing to add up. I've got two of my children into them right now. Eventually, I'll have a third into a Roth IRA as well, but I'm here to say that you most definitely want to be the person who has a Roth IRA, because once again, there's nothing like tax-free money. I want to remind you, tax-free money. In other words, one of the things that I've seen a lot of people who've done well financially is they've found a way to not necessarily cheat the tax man. That's definitely, we want to make sure that we pay our fair share to the government because we live in a great country. And what we really want to do instead is make sure that we have things in place that help us pay our fair share, and that's it whenever it comes to taxes, right? So we don't want people taking away your property, and your money is your property, right? And it's very easy to take and spend other people's money. That's one thing you want to keep in mind as well. So with that, just some things to keep in mind. Of course, even Thomas Jefferson wrote in the Declaration of Independence of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. John Locke's phrase of that was, your life, your liberty, and your property. In other words, something that belongs to you should not be taken away, confiscated. You shouldn't be shaken down. If you want to have taxes, hey, what was the American Revolution about in part? Well, part of that was about the government of England believing as though that the colonial peoples hard-earned money should be turned back over to the government in the form of taxes, right? And it really, really was well, it was one more thing, right? And of course, the people didn't even have any say whether they were being taxed or not. And that's part of why the rebellion took place like it did in that American Revolution. Eventually, we break away altogether. And then we, of course, pick and choose and we vote on people who decide whether we're having taxes or whether we're paying taxes, whether it's at a national, state, or local levels. So, great stuff here. But this has been the economic report, and we've covered really just kind of a general filler day, I guess you'd call it. We've covered gold prices, which are up, silver prices, which are up, copper prices, which are up. We've covered also Bitcoin, Solana, Bitcoin down a little bit, Solana up right now. And of course, we talked about the stock market, about the importance of Roth IRAs. Once again, I am a guy on the internet, but I'm also the person who's kind of looking out for the viewers. So I'm just telling you what I would advise my own children to do, which would be to open a Roth IRA if you haven't done so. It is a game changer. So my name is Brian. You've been with the Economic Report, and folks, make sure you liked and subscribed, and have a couple of other things I can mention to you. Remember, every single day, your health matters. You make healthy decisions that affect you today, tomorrow, and 10 years down the road. Number two, I want to remind you that the biggest battle you fight every single day is the one between your ears over healthy decisions, healthy actions, and healthy attitudes, because that battle between your ears matters, and it matters and directs every other aspect of your life. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for your likes and subscribes. And I will try to catch you up tomorrow at the Economic Report. Until then, have a great day. Take care.